Now, Michael Diamond, this is Muscle Central. Subscribe, turn on your notifications. Okay, in the previous video, I had Nick Walker as my pick to win the 2023 Arnold Classic. And initially going into this, I thought it would be a pretty clear victory. But now I'm second guessing. I still have him as the winner, but I think he's going to have a big battle on his hands. I think there's going to be a competitor there that's really going to push him and push him hard. It's not Big Ramy. You know, we heard Chad Nichols on a recent podcast tell us that Ramy's quads are fixed, the back is getting better, and there's improvements, visible improvements, and triceps are better. But we haven't seen any images showing this. And I mean, in the past, we've heard things. 2022 was supposed to be the best Ramy ever, and look what happened. I think this is all smoke and mirrors. It's not going to be Ramy. William Bonac really has all the tools, but it would have to be a rejuvenated William Bonac, and that William Bonac could really push Nick Walker really hard. And I'm a William Bonac fan. I don't think we're going to see a rejuvenated William Bonac. Sean Clarita, and I hate to say it, unless Nick Walker would come in off, I mean really off, I don't see Sean Clarita beating Nick Walker. You know, I said it over and over again. If we take all the criteria you're judging a bodybuilding contest on, Sean beats just about everybody across the board. He's lacking that size, 5'2" frame, and unfortunately, it's going to create, it's going to hold him back in these real big shows against the best. I'm not saying he can't do good, and he won't do good, but it's not going to be Sean Clarita pushing Nick. Now, Andrew Jack, there's a lot of talk about Andrew Jack, a lot of hype around him, and especially now that he's working with Chris Aceto, who's handling nutrition supplements, and Chris Psycho Lewis, who's handling the training. Matter of fact, he moved in with Chris Psycho Lewis for his prep. Call them the dynamic duo. They're the ones that worked with Sean Rodman when Sean won the Olympia. I said it before, and I still feel the same way. Andrew still, he has a lot of great things going for him, but there's still some things that he needs to work on, needs to be brought up. We saw that in the 2022 Olympia, this past Olympia. I don't think in his case that there's enough time from the Olympia to the Arnold for him to make those improvements to bring him there. We haven't seen a lot of updates from him, but that's my take on it. And I said the same thing about Samson Dauda, but now I'm rethinking that. Samson, if you look at him at the 2022 Arnold, and you compare him to the 2022 Olympia, the the changes were just, it's almost a different bodybuilder, very dramatic, and still work that needed to be done moving forward, and to take on Nick Walker, I think that work, excuse me, would need to be done, and I didn't feel that he had enough time, or he could do it in the time frame between the Olympia and Arnold. I didn't think that he'd be able to make the type of progress like he made from last year's Arnold to the past Olympia, and that time frame. But what I'm seeing now, I'm not so sure about my initial thoughts on this. Samson appears to be made another dramatic change in his physique. Mila Sarcha was talking about how he convinced him to add a specific compound into his prep that Samson never wanted to use before. Trend. Nothing too crazy, trend. But it looks like it's making a major difference. Samson, big man, great structure, shape of the muscles. He has a lot going for him. He has future Olympia written all over him. And he stepped on stage 295. Looks like he needed a little more size, as big as he was. If the pictures that we've just seen of him are any indication, he's really gonna push Nick and push him hard. And if he really brings that conditioning in really tight, it might just come down to the judge's preference, because the physiques are two completely different physiques. So it might just end up coming down to which type of physique the judges prefer. I might change my mind before the show, but as of now, I still have Nick Walker taking his second Arnold title. But I think my gut feeling says Samson is going to push him and push him real hard, and this might just turn into the Nick Samson show. Okay, you might agree or disagree with what I've said. Let me know in the comments section. Like the video, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications. This is Michael Diamond. I'd like to thank you for watching Muscle Central.